culture.
What matters is that you worship a terrorist who is a warlord, a pedophile, and Islam is a terrorist organization.
Yeah,
not a
you're
religion.
Not educated
not
about
a religion.
It.
I'm very educated on this subject.
No, because you're obviously
not. You need to leave. You're not welcome here.
That's the thing that bothers me about some of these people that have a hard time respecting America. I don't mind if you do the Allah Akbar, but if you don't be over here acting like the Allah Akbar is ahead of Christianity. You're only here because it's a Christian nation and we allow you to be free. Let me ask you something. Have you ever Googled your own name? Do it sometimes. You'll be shocked how much of your private information is out there. Your address, phone number, even family details. And here's the crazy part. Data brokers and random websites are selling your information without your consent. That's where Incogni comes in. Incogni tracks down and removes your personal data from hundreds of data broker sites, the ones that collect, sell, and repost your information for profit. And now with Incogni's custom data removal, you can maximize your online privacy. That means if you find your personal information on any site, you could just send Incogni the link and their privacy experts will handle the rest. It's that simple. Remember, a VPN protects your data going out, but Incogni removes what's already out there. They can't harm you if they can't find you. And this isn't some shady privacy gimmick. Incogni's customer data removal process was verified by Deloitte and proven that they actually work. Take your personal data back with Incogni. All you gotta do is use code Tatum and get 60% off an annual plan at incogni.com/Tatum. That's incogni.com/Tatum. Protect your privacy today. It's this lady, it's one of those same things like the lady at the playground that said the N-word to the kid and then she raised $1 million. I think white people are sick of people trying to tell them how they should think, what they should do in a country that was founded by people that mostly look like them. Everybody else can be tribal except white people. And when white people become tribal, everybody call them a racist. Now, I don't think that it is good for a person to blindly be prejudiced against other people. I think it's ignorant. But I think in some of these cases, you have people that are fed up and they're sick of it. And they feel like they're getting pressured into being somebody they can't be and overtaken by people that don't even love this country. Now, I'm not saying that's the case. These young women who she's talking to could be decent folk. They just happen to be Muslim. They happen to be some Muslims, okay? That don't mean you bad because you're a Muslim. But in this situation, this lady decided to air her frustration. Now, let's put this in perspective. Pull up the clip. We don't know how this started. Obviously, something has happened before this video clip because somebody pulled out a camera and started recording a person mid-sentence. So you know something had to happen. The lady ain't walking around Walmart with a body camera on. Something happened and they start recording. So I don't know what led this white lady to say what she said, but here you go. Roll it.
Out of here. You're really not welcome in this state or this country.
You are wearing scrubs. You work with
it
people
doesn't matter. What matters is that you worship a terrorist who is a warlord, a pedophile, and Islam is a terrorist organization.
Yeah,
not a
you're
religion.
Not educated
not
about
a religion.
It.
I'm very educated on this subject.
No, because you're obviously not.
You need to leave. You're not welcome here.
We are welcome.
This is not a Muslim country. This is a Christian country. And
Stop
you need
looking
to leave.
at her like that, please.
You need to leave.
You need to leave.
You're not welcome here.
We have citizenship
Why do you work
here.
in healthcare if you're like
You need to leave. You need to go back to your Islamic country where you came from. Okay?
No.
Everybody's aware of why you're here.
No.
Okay, so don't think that we don't know and don't think you're going to get away with it.
I'm pretty sure we're kind people, but you're not being kind, so you can get out of here. You're not welcome.
I would love to interview this lady. If y'all know this lady, somebody knows I know she lost her job. They said, look, we don't agree with none of her opinions. But what I will say is that a lot of what she said is true. I think she's entitled to her to freedom for her to say what she want to say. Now, if you wearing your business attire, you're subject to getting fired. That's a rhyme. Your business attire, you're subject to getting fired. Don't do things of your own personal volition with your work stuff on. If you running around with an Officer Tatum polo on and you say something crazy that make me look bad, I'm going to have to take action against you. It ain't about freedom of speech when you're wearing your stuff. Take your Officer Tatum polo off and you can say whatever you want to say. It got nothing to do with me. You want to get crazy, you get crazy. Don't be disrespectful to people, because then I'll fire you over that. But take your stuff off if you're going to be saying that. Now, I really wonder, that's why I want to interview her, is like, how did this start? I know this lady wasn't just walking down the aisle. She go, your people don't belong here no more. I bet they got into a confrontation and they hurled some things at her, and she started saying stuff back, and they recorded her, and they were nice and make her look bad. All right, anyway, here's, I think, a GoFundMe. No, this is Crowder's take. Steven Crowder. Play Steven Crowder's take on this, because I thought Steven Crowder had a good observation, because I agree with him. I think 99% of the things she said was true. However, her delivery was not the appropriate delivery, in my opinion. Roll the clip.
When she says they don't worship Muhammad, they would say. They would say they venerate Muhammad, right? They only worship God. Technicality. Warlord, yes. Pedophile, yes. Terroristic, well, certainly the bulk of global terrorism, and it's supported by hundreds of millions of Muslims. And when she says you need to go back to here's a way that could have been said appropriately where you wouldn't be outraged, but the left still would. The way that you're acting, the way that you're dressing, the way that you're approaching people is not in line with our customs in this country. This is not an Islamic country. This is a Christian country. This is a free Western Christian country. And you need to know that that's actually not acceptable here. The way you are talking, the way you are acting, the way you are dressing makes everybody uncomfortable, just as it would if I were dressed this way in your country. And if that bothers you, then I would suggest going back to the Islamic country that you maybe prefer. Otherwise, you need to assimilate. You need to assimilate and be better neighbors. And then we still have a problem with the root of your religion, because it's very comparable to other cults that, by the way, we have outright rejected. She could have said it that way. That would have been correct. It shouldn't be required.
I think he's going to go on and say it shouldn't be required to do all that. But she did say what she said. Now, let me put this in perspective. Here, look at the GoFundMe. She out here running it up. Can somebody check the recent numbers on the GoFundMe? Because I think this is from a little bit ago. So she put $250,000 in her GoFundMe, and she's already to $183,000. I got to say some racist stuff online to give me some money. God dang, she said that, but it read $200,000. That's more than she making a year. I don't know where she live at. Yeah, that's in Texas. She ain't. I don't think she making $250 a year. I think she was working in a massage place. So and she running it. $250,000 a year. She didn't came up. She don't need that job no more. She go get another job, reinvent herself. But I want to make this very clear to everybody that's watching this. It's at 190 now, so she went up a little bit. I want to make this very clear. This is not a multi-religious country. This is a Christian nation. We allow you, because we're Christians and we're open-minded and we're peaceful people, we allow you to do your own religion in our country. This is a Christian nation. You cannot do this in Muslim nations. Everybody doing what they want to do. That don't exist. That's why y'all over here with the Allah Akbar on, because you can't be over. You don't want to be over there. You want to be over here where you can be free and wear the Allah Akbar and halfway do it. Y'all want to halfway play religion. That's the thing that bothers me about some of these people that have a hard time respecting America. I don't mind if you do the Allah Akbar, but if you don't be over here acting like the Allah Akbar is ahead of Christianity. You're only here because it's a Christian nation and we allow you to be free. Because half of y'all ain't even practicing the thing anyway. You want to come over here and do a Christian version of Allah Akbar. You want to come over here and, girl, you only covering up the forehead and the cheekbone. Over where you from, they like this. They can't even see nothing. They got you over here like this and then put a sheet over the eyes right here. They put a sheet over this part and you got all this covered up in that thick cloth, sweating like cats and dogs. And you want to come over here and disrespect us. And you want to do a half-baked Allah Akbar. Y'all be over here drinking and everything. Getting divorced and everything. Y'all silly, man. That's the thing that bothers me. They come over here. Our religion is Muhammad. Muhammad. Okay, live the whole thing like they do over in them other countries. Oh, you don't want to do that. Some of y'all over here gay Muslims. Gay. Women be driving and everything. get married 2 or 3 times, kids out of wedlock. Y'all over here playing like you Christians be playing church over here. Y'all be playing Muslim over here. And then be over here acting like y'all stuff better than ours. Shut up. Go back over there and play Muslim and see if you want to. You're gonna be on somebody's porch. Well, your head gonna be on somebody's porch. I don't know where your body gonna be. Your head gonna be on the porch. Or it's gonna be hanging up somewhere. I don't know why y'all don't go live over there. Like, if I was so religiously, zealous, I would go live if you so religiously zealous and Muhammad is doing this and Allah this, Allah that, why don't you go live in one of them nations? I know you can go to UAE or something. It's beautiful over there. You go to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, or wherever it is. I don't be knowing it. They all over there. I don't live over there. I don't even know how they're structured. I got to look at the map. Go to Saudi Arabia and everything, where women can't come outside. That's your religion, bruh. Show me a Christian nation that's that crazy. And you let y'all go outside. You get flocked. If you going down the street, they'll flock you if you're dressed too high. I heard. I think they were doing that in Dubai. They'll whoop you on your legs. Qatar, they'll whoop you on your legs. I don't know if it's a Qatar, but it was a girl. This is why I know. It was a girl that I kind of dated. I ain't date her, really. I just want to try to get to know her. And I was completely turned off. Because she said, in my country where I'm from, women can't drive. So she never drove before. And we were going to go to the mall because we met somewhere to get lunch. And we went to the mall together and I rode with her. And she really can't drive. We almost died. I'm like, girl, you just drove across the street. We almost died. And then she went and got a BBL. I said, I can't do it. Cause I called on the phone like, hey, what you doing this weekend? She on the phone crying cause her BBL hurt. She like, I can't sit down straight. I gotta lay down all day. I said, girl, you ain't that fine for me to be putting up with this. BBL, whole fake body, everything. A Muslim girl. Couldn't drive a car, nothing. Girl, she was not eligible. But anyway,